day I wanna be better. I wanna give what you've given me. My world, you're the center. I wanna stay in your gravity. You're the earth and I'm your moon. I'll always be with you. Just a couple of birds flying westward, down the coast, across the ocean, wide and blue. Love drunk, I wrote a little love song, something you made me brave enough to do. And every day's an adventure with you. I would travel to places we never knew. When it's unsteady, I'll tell you this simple truth, that every day I wanna be better. I wanna give what you've given.
Wow, Betty, that was an amazing video.
That actually made me
That
a little
was
emotional.
super cool.
Yeah.
'Cause every day
Every day,
It made me a little emotional watching it.
right?
So, everybody, welcome back to the journey, the human experience to spiritual enlightenment. Like, it made me tear up.
Right?
I'm Betty Cody. And
I'm Sean Cody.
yes, and we're here to talk about our experience at MindTravel.
MindTravel.
That was a very
That was
moving
an intense.
video
That was
right
intense.
there.
But you know, it's awesome because we're doing so many things, and you know, our goal is. I mean, when you really break it down, our goal is self-connection and self-help almost through physical means, emotional means, mental means, spiritual means. I mean, am I missing any? But it's kind of across the
All the
board.
means.
And this MindTravel one, this one really hit me, and I think it's the emotional category box. I mean, every time I think about it, I get emotional, and the whole event was just so emotionally charged and intense that it was just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you actually looked this one up. I didn't really research it much at all. So, you know, I did the normal me thing. You know, when we got there, I was like, I want to be right up in the front. And I got all of our stuff, and I got there early, and I got all of our stuff out. And I was like, right, I might as well have been on top of the guy's piano. And, you know, and then all of a sudden I get there, and I'm looking at the piano and everything, and I'm like, I've been tricked. Betty's brought me to her girl fantasy place, and I'm expecting they're going to pull a white stallion up that I'm going to be required to ride down the beach and hand her champagne glasses or something, you know?
I would have been cool with that.
And the guy came out, and he started playing. He talked to us a little bit first, and I was like, okay, yep. And he started playing, and it was emotional immediately. I mean, I started feeling all of it right away. And you know, when he talked to everybody, he's like, you know, get up, feel free to walk around and make a space for yourself. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what he's talking about, whatever. And he started playing, and it was very emotional. And then I started watching the people get up, and they started walking around, and I was like, okay, we got wireless headsets on. No wonder that's what he means. Get up and look, you know. And I'm looking at this beautiful sunset, and then I'm looking at him play the piano, and I'm like, I'm gonna see that for 2 hours. He's just gonna sit there and play the piano for 2 hours, or I'm gonna get up and go see an amazing sunset and check all these things out. So that's when I stood up and I grabbed you by the hand, and I was like, let's go for the walk. And we walked down that shoreline and the beach, and it was just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. That sky, I mean, you saw in the video, the sky lit up bright, beautiful pink for us. We watched an amazing sunset, and that man sat on a piano and played highly emotional, charged music that was just beautiful right into our ears. And you know, at one point it just became me and you on the beach, and it was like our personal concert, and that was his goal. That's what he was creating for everybody. And it was, you know, I when I try to describe this event again, I can't help but say it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And even that is underwhelming to what it was. But that's all I can think of to describe what this guy came out on the beach and sat down at a piano and did for everyone. It was just, wow, you know?
Absolutely. So for you guys that don't know, MindTravel is a pianist who plays a silent concert, and you wear these headsets and you have an experience on the beach, and he brings this beautiful type of grand piano, kind of a mobile grand piano that he plays. They have beautiful flags all around. They have signs. If you saw the signs in the video, one says freedom this way, another one that says here and now, because that is a lot of the experiences for you to be present at that moment. And then to have your own experience, your own travel, your own mind travel.
Yeah.
And so that's beautiful. And then they have candles everywhere around the piano, but they also have beautiful, fresh, long stem roses in every color.
Yeah.
Just all drilled into the sand almost, you know, all peeking around the piano. And it's just a beautiful experience. You bring your blankie, you bring your chair, however you want to do it, and then you just enjoy, bring your snacks, whatever.
Yeah.
And it becomes a beautiful moment.
Yeah. I mean, we walked up and down the beach for, you know, about an hour, and it's like he made everything else disappear.
And the trees that he brought.
Yeah.
Those cherry blossoms.
Just listening to that music and walking the beach and turning back and looking at seeing those trees and the flowers, and you know, everybody's headphones light up in blue. I mean, it made everything else that doesn't matter disappear. I mean, the only thing that mattered was the two of us on that beach, and that was just incredible, you know. And you know, you could hear the guy he was playing. He was so emotional. You hear him almost crying, and while he's playing this piano, and it was very, very intense. You know, for an hour, it was me and you on the beach, and it was our private concert. And, you know, he kind of got me a little bit at the end. You know, at the end, I was like, be present, you know. He was saying that, and it was a very low, soft voice. He was saying, be present. Be present with the one you love. Be present. And it didn't dawn on me much what he was talking about. I just thought it meant it was time to come back, you know. I'm like, okay, he wants us to go back. He wants his headphones back. The concert's about over, you know. And we went back, and then he still played for, I think it was about another 20 minutes, but he was saying a lot of stuff like that. And, you know, and I just didn't really process it. It was just kind of background noise to the music so much, you know. It was be present for the one you love, be present with the one you love, be present. And then there was a couple times he was talking about, it kind of got me. I was like, what is he talking about? And then I just ignored him, and I watched the stars some more, you know. But he was talking about, you know, walking up to the cliff and leaping off a cliff. And, you know, I kind of got that one a little bit, because I was like, okay, take the leap of faith for love. And he was saying, you know, have gratitude for the one you love, and a lot of stuff like that. And I just didn't process it at the time. My focus was on just listening to that music. And the music was just so overwhelming and so beautiful that at the time, nothing else mattered except the connection I felt with you while we were there, and how beautiful that music was. And then the concert was over, and he came up and he talked for a little bit. And to be honest, I was still, you know, very kind of overwhelmed with the whole concert. I was just kind of on overload. I didn't even focus really on what he was saying. And he invited people to come up and share. Well, the first lady that shared came up, and she's like, I lost my fiance, I lost my mother, I lost my father, and this is helping me heal. And it all came together for me right then. Be present for the one you love. Have gratitude for the one you love. Tomorrow is not promised. That's what this whole song was about. And that rocked me.
Yeah.
And it still, you know, it still does.
It's very moving.
Still does.
Very moving experience for sure. And there's a connection that happens there, and not just between the people that are together, but as a collective, because we're all in that. I don't know. We're all in the same feeling. We're all in the same frequency. It kind of feels like. I thought that there was a beautiful connection, not just with us, but then listening, like you said, the stories and how much when he invites you to come up and share your story if you want to, how much it moves you and how much it connects you. And there was sadness, there was healing, but there was also joy, because that night 2 people got engaged. So that was beautiful as well. And, it's like everybody had their own moment, and that's what he thrives. For each person there, his hope is that you find your moment.
No, that was definitely mine at the end. It was so overwhelming because it all came together for me in 1 second. And just coincidentally, that happened to me right when you had got up to go get roses, and you wanted to go up and thank him for the concert and all that stuff. And I kind of put all that together, and I'm like, how lucky am I? I'm here with the person I care about. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's saying. That's the whole song that was it about.
Yeah. I love that he has a theme. It's weird because it makes you want to cry. But he has a theme. Every concert that he does is different.
Yeah.
This one happened to be about love. He does it about compassion, about joy, gratitude. Yeah. Just different, whatever he feels moved by. And all his compositions are at the moment. He creates them by what he feels. Yeah.
Everything, every concert's unique. The sound of the music he plays is different. The sound of the ocean that he puts the microphones next to, it's all different. Both nights were a different experience. The second night just reconfirmed everything I found and felt at the end of the first night. Yeah. So it's still an amazing experience, but it was like, I saw behind the curtain, so I kind of felt it more and knew what was coming.
I love the fact that you have the freedom to walk around, and we actually danced a little bit, and that was fun. Yeah. Just kind of away from everybody, but yet still connected to everybody. And when you would look back and see all the beautiful lights, and like you said, the trees and the piano, everything, it just kind of moved you. I would definitely do this again. Yeah. I know that he's planning on doing it monthly at different beaches here in Florida that you can visit him, all the way from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, St. Pete, and
I could be 95 and in my hospital bed, and you can airlift me in, and I'll take you to that again.
I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. I loved our little picnic. It was freezing that night, though.
It was freezing cold.
Yeah. Well, freezing for us Florida people.
We had nachos or something. What did we have?
Quesadillas.
We had quesadillas and pina coladas.
Miami Vices. Yes, pineapple and strawberry daiquiri, which was awesome, in a little fruit tray. And we just kind of sat there and enjoyed the moment together. Yeah. And here's the cool thing about it. There was 500 people one night.
800 people one night and 550 some people the next night.
And it didn't feel like that. Because
I felt like we were the only ones on the beach. Yeah. It felt like we were the only ones on the beach until you kind of started walking back and looking at all the headphones lit up. I mean, everybody's headphones, both sides, would light up blue. Mm-hmm. So when we were walking back to the concert, you just see that big bay of blue lights with that piano right in the middle.
Yeah. It was very moving. And then when everybody, when he's done with the concert, and after you go up there and you get your flowers, and then even if you don't give a story, he'll tell you to come up and grab, your roses and stuff and share them with your loved ones. I think that's
I'm pretty sure that's the only reason you went up there is to get roses.
Probably. Well, I'll tell you a really cool thing that happened to me the next night. The first night I didn't put an intention for anything. I just was there to figure out what it was. And the second night, we actually got to talk to him. And I thought that was cool. Very nice person. Very, just loving.
Yeah, I was walking up to the beach to get our stuff back out of the truck, and I ran into him. And I was like, yo, come over and talk to everybody. And he was super nice. He walked right over and did it.
Yeah. And he told us, we said, what is your why? Why do you do this? Why do you go through all the trouble of doing this? And he said, I feel like it's something I have to do. It's a way I can connect. And he says, and I can connect with my sister who passed away, and she was a dancer. Mm-hmm. So I just imagine myself playing the piano, and I can see her just dancing. That was emotional for me.
The whole thing was, even talking about it now, it's so much. so much.
Yeah.
And a lot of people there. I talked to a number of people there, and they did not have the experience that you and I had.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people there. They just sat there, and they were. I think it's. When you were saying at first, you felt like it was going to be meditation. It was going to be meditative with the piano, and you were going to go there and then meditate. And
Mm-hmm.
I think some people just did that thinking the same thing, and they just went inside themselves instead of connecting with
It
the
changed.
people that they were there with. Instead of breaking the circle, they, Bob and Lisa went with us, and that seems to be what they thought, and they just kind of kept to themselves and meditated. And you talked to them, and they were like, it was beautiful, it was amazing, but it was not.
It was a different.
It was
yeah.
not what you and I experienced. It was not what some of the people that I saw walk off that I talked to, after the event, and some of them that I'd talked to before, they described a lot more like what you and I experienced. And
Mm.
I think that's one of the things when he was talking in the beginning that people just didn't get. I mean, that's the point of the wireless headphones. What's going to change with that guy sitting there playing the piano for 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Watching the sunset for 40 minutes and
Yeah.
then seeing a beautiful evening.
Did you see how the colors, the color that
it
the
was
sky just
it
turned?
was a beautiful, beautiful night.
It was probably the most pink and red sky I had ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was just because he brought awareness to it. And the stars, when we laid down after we kind of went for our walk and came back, and we laid down on our little little area that we had set up with our blankies and everything. And we stopped and we just looked at the stars. And I just thought, how long has it been since I've actually paid attention to these stars? How long has it been since I've seen and admired them and thought how beautiful they are?
Right?
And that's there for us, like we have the ability to look up anytime, but we just don't. And that brought that all together of
mm-hmm.
just being grateful and just appreciating things. And I really did walk away from there feeling love and gratitude.
Yeah.
And it was funny because one of the things that he was saying was to know gratitude is to know love.
After the concert, when I was thinking about the things he said, what was still stuck in my head was tomorrow isn't promised. Be present for the one you love. Take the leap of faith for love. Have gratitude for the one you love. And that's, if you were going to give a title to that song he played, that was it.
Yeah. Do you feel that there was a deeper connection between us being there together than when we walked in to when we left?
Between the two of us, yes. Was it like a spiritual type? Not really. It was just highly emotional, and it was deeply connecting the two of us. It was very much. We're pretty connected anyway, and then it magnified that excessively that night.
Yeah. I think that it's an experience that everybody should take a moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not any religion. It's not any particular meditation. It's a concert.
Mm-hmm. If that's all you want it to be, it's just a concert.
It's just a concert that is very moving and very thoughtful and very, I don't know, it just takes you on that journey. It really does. It does exactly what it says, that mind travel, because every piece that he composed there had a feeling to it.
Mm-hmm.
It started with softness. Then it got dramatic. Then it went through love. Then it went through almost pain.
Right.
And then it went back into like just reflection and beauty and then connection.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like we all just connected.
And all of that came together for me when they had the first three ladies that came up and shared, what they felt about the concert and everything. And like all three of them had lost people, and
Yeah.
it was so overwhelming. And that's when I'm like, okay, that's what this was about.
Yeah. And for them, like one of the ladies, when she was saying, I spend my whole life as a caretaker. Like, she was a caretaker for her fiance and her parents and all. And she says, this made me realize I have to start taking care of myself now. That was a moment for her.
Mm-hmm.
That was her moment to maybe self-love herself a little bit more and be there for herself.
Right.
Which she probably didn't have that opportunity before, being so busy taking care of everybody.
It was amazing. And it's something I would recommend to everybody.
So out of 10?
I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with this was another 10. This was amazing.
I'm going to go with a 27.
There you go.
I want to go again.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.